Franchise Sports Media!
What's going on, fight fans? Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the main event right here on Franchise Sports Media. I told you guys I had a special interview coming up, and that we do. We got Destiny McCubbin in the house. Destiny, my lady, thank you for coming in.
What's up? No, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you on here. Now, you're coming fresh off your Power Slap debut.
I am, yes.
We're going to dive into that, but real quick, just to run everybody down, you also are the host of In the Corner.
Yes, In the Corner with Destiny McCubbin on YouTube. Yes.
That is freaking awesome. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe to her page. You also a reporter for Tough Enough.
Yep.
You're also a ring announcer for Promotions All Heart.
Yep.
You just doing it all, aren't you?
I am. I just kind of, it's so crazy because this all just kind of took off this year, like out of nowhere. I've obviously been in the fight game for 10 years now. I always wanted to stay involved, but I got the opportunity to ring announce like in February, and literally from then it's just been a snowball effect. So many opportunities have just been coming my way. Like, I've been truly blessed, honestly.
Hey, that's what happens, though. When you got natural talent and good things happen, it just all falls one after another.
Thank you.
Very quickly, what's it like? I know you said you started this year, but what's it like being on the other side? You're used to holding the microphone, asking the questions. Now you're in the hot seat with the spotlight on you. What's the feeling like?
You know what's funny? People ask me that all the time. I actually like it on this side. I do.
Yeah?
It's less pressure, less preparation. I just gotta come and be me and answer questions.
That's it.
And chop. And I love to yap. So
makes it easy.
I'm happy
Makes
to
it
be
easy.
here, yeah.
No, that is awesome. That is awesome. So we've all heard the term, I'll slap the piss out of you. I'll slap you in the next week. Say that one more time, and I'll slap the lids off of you. You guys at Power Slap said, hold my beer. Let me really do it. What made you want to get into that?
You know what's so funny is I never in a million years wanted to or thought about it, but then my manager, Danny Ruby, asked me, you want to do Power Slap? And I was like, just like every other fighter, like you kind of like, look down on it in a sense, and I was like, no. And then he, told me the money, and then like it is an opportunity. There is a lot of exposure that comes with it. And then he was like, just check out the camp, because they do like a slap camp or combine or whatever every once in a while. He's like, just check it out and see if you like it. And I was like, okay. So I go, and I actually did. I liked. You learn a lot there, and it's only 2 days, but you like learn like more of the techniques, the rules, and after being there, I came to the my opinion was like, it is real combat. It is. Yeah, it's like a mid of like obviously like I say like pro wrestling and combat. Because,
very much so.
Because you're going out there and you are literally getting hit. It's not we're not rehearsing this in the back. Like,
no.
This girl's coming to knock me out.
Yes.
But there's more of an entertainment side to it, of course. Yeah. Even like when I came out, I definitely acted more of a fool than I ever do when I come out for an MMA fight or a boxing fight.
Yeah. Well, it kind of leads itself into that, because when you guys come out, you don't have the entourage like you do in boxing.
No.
It's just you.
Or MMA.
Yeah. And you're coming out, it's a short ramp. You're up on that stage, and I got to tell you, when you step on that stage, you're slightly above it. It's just you up there.
It's just,
you got the coaches and the officials.
Down below.
It's just, and everyone, so it is kind of like this, hey, if you got a personality, this is the time to showcase it. We're giving you the platform for it.
Exactly.
So before we talk about the actual Power Slap, obviously you've been involved in combat sports already as a fighter.
Yes.
When did you start, and what got you into wanting to be a mixed martial artist or a fighter?
Yeah, no, I started training, it was 2014, so about 11 years ago. And my first fight was 2015, so I've been fighting for 10 years.
Wow.
I was 18 when I started, I was 19 when I started training, so I was already an adult. But like I grew up, in a rough neighborhood. I grew up fighting my whole life, so I always wanted to actually get into boxing or something, but my parents couldn't really afford it. And then when I was about 18, I was just living a really bad lifestyle, going down the wrong path. I got cleaned up, and I wanted to change my life, just kind of find something to keep me on a straight and narrow. So I went into an MMA gym, and that's literally been the rest of my life since. So just like every other fighter says, it saved my life.
Yeah.
But it did, And yeah, I just fell in love with it. And, I wasn't even really that good when I'm not even great, but like I have the heart, and like I have the fight in me. So just leveling up, and then I, had the opportunity to move out here, and it's just, yeah, it's an amazing. I love it. I love the fight game so much.
It's an awesome fight game, even as a fan myself, just being on the outside. But like you said, it may seem like it's cliche. Oh, man, this is every fighter's story. But it is something that can help so many people.
We're lucky enough that we found fighting.
Very much so. I mean, even if you just do it, hey, man, I just want to get in shape.
Yeah.
I want to get my mind off of things. Maybe I don't make it to the UFC or Madison Square Garden to fight Floyd Mayweather. But just something to do, get in shape a little bit, get my summer body ready, things like that. So it's awesome that you was able to find it. And for those who have, when you started in 2014, you fight in 2015. In that year, was the goal like, hey, I want to fight as soon as possible, or did an opportunity present itself and you just said, hell with it, I'll do it?
Kind of. So I actually had my first fight was actually boxing, because when I first started training, so let me backpedal a little bit. The first gym I went into was actually a boxing gym. So when I first started training, I was doing boxing. So I had a couple boxing fights at first, and then I eventually transitioned over to an MMA gym. Nice. But even when I went to the MMA gym, I told them I wanted to stay boxing, but they took me sure. They took me to the doctor.
That is awesome, though. What was that transition like? I mean, obviously, it's not like you boxed for 20 years. Right. But what was that like, being in a boxing gym and then transitioning to an MMA gym? What was the differences?
The reason I think it was like I wanted to make the transition is because even like being there, like just because I was there, I was jumping in the other practices, even though I sucked at jiu-jitsu and all that. I was still just jumping in it, and then just finding passion and stuff. The difference is like the training's very different, you know, between boxing and MMA. They're both hard in their own ways, but like they're just different vibes, different cultures, you know? So, but the transition wasn't too hard, honestly, because I was, already, it wasn't that deep yet, like you said. Yeah. But I had, so I was training, and I wasn't even like I said, it was like just an opportunity came up. I was training, and I wasn't even like, in my mindset, wasn't ready to take an MMA fight. Like, we weren't there yet, you know? And then my coach called me and was like, I was literally like going out with we were like going to a party, like going to like get our drink on, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he calls me, it's like 9 o'clock. He's like, hey, and I was like, you want to fight in 2 weeks? And I was like, 2 weeks? And he's like, yeah. I was like, MMA? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, fuck, all right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So I didn't end up going to the party. I took my ass to bed.
Yeah, right. Sorry, guys, gotta go.
Yeah, and then 2 weeks. Did the fight, and cut the weight. We did a catch weight 130. Okay. Yeah. That was, oh man, it was like just a drug, you know, like the feeling of the first win and the first fight and the walking out and my first fight was like a crazy, like, it's like a crazy like dream almost, because it's so funny. Like, obviously when you all start out, you know, kind of nothing, especially back then. Yeah. Like the game, and this is what I always talk about on my podcast a lot, is how much the game has evolved. But when I started, it was still nothing, you know. So when my first fight was like in a tiny little bar in Price, Utah, in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Literally. Like it was like a bar and then a cage and then barely any room in the bar for even, because like the cage was almost as big as the bar. You know what I mean? Oh wow. I remember when I got to like the entrance of like the bar, I walked like 5 feet to the cage.
You guys are getting ready. You're in there getting ready to wait for your opponent. Susan, table 3. We got to pick up right now. Susan, table 3. You're just like, okay. Exactly. But it's the humble beginnings is where everyone starts, right? Yeah. So that when you're doing that, obviously you're doing power slap. I want to ask, are the nerves the same? Is it different? Is the mindset the same? Or is it like, nah, this is a whole different element right here?
No, I'm glad you asked that, because it is. It is the same. And like, that's one thing, like, you know, like fighters or whatever who kind of look at it like it's not legit or whatever. But it was such a cool experience for me going through all this process, because I have done both, you know, and I had felt the same way at the beginning as well. And so going through the process, like I'd make posts and stuff, like I would be like, when you're fighting, like you're in camp or whatever, and you're obviously in camp, but like, and I think like a lot of fighters probably feel the same way. It's about 2 to 3 weeks out is when like that switch starts to switch. Yes. Your body and your mind start to know, like, okay, war is coming. Yes. War is soon. Something about it is, it's hard to explain, but if you know, you know. Yeah, of course. You know, and 2 weeks out, but 2.5 weeks out, I started to feel it, like.
Oh, the gears are shifting.
Yeah, and I was like, just like on edge, like very reactive to anything, you know, running at 9 o'clock at night, just like, you know, just. Yeah. So it was very, like, all the similar feels, and then And then, yeah, like the day of, woke up nervous as hell, freaking, you know, like I was really quiet when we all went to the bus. I was like, just like, you know, but this is what was hard and crazy about it is, so with fighting, and like I already knew that this is how it was going to be. So I was trying to mentally prepare myself for this like weeks out, because I'm kind of a head case, honestly. I am.
We
like,
all are.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We all are. Okay, we're all a little loose up here.
You know?
There's a reason they're fighting.
Yeah, exactly. And so like my mental strength or whatever is something I always have to work on. So since I knew this, okay. So with Power Slap, you don't get to take any of your own corners, right? I don't know if you knew that. They provide the corners.
Yeah, it's usually like it's a slapper themselves.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. But they still don't even let you bring one person with you of your team. So you're just there with these people that you don't even really know.
Yeah.
Getting ready to go out to combat. And you're this is your first time doing this, you know? And after you compete, you either have the option to get on the shuttle and go back to the hotel that you're staying at, or go out into the hotel and do your thing. But you can't go into the event. At least for me, because we were on the early prelims. Maybe if you're on the main card and you have a ticket or something, then you can. But you can't go into the event unless you have one of those. So after everybody would compete, they would leave. So, and I was co-main event on the early prelims. So by the time I was up, I was back basically by myself.
Oh no,
bro! Oh
You're
my
just
God.
back there in your own mind.
So
your opponent's there. You getting ready, and it's just you.
So I was already like I said, preparing to not have any of my coaches there, like preparing to have that mindset, but to be there all by myself. And then they have a TV in the back, so you're watching everything. So the first fight was freaking the guy got stunt marshal knocks him out in one slap.
Man, look.
And I was like, and that's when reality hit.
Yes.
The first fight, I was like, oh
this
shit.
is real.
Everybody in the back, all of us that were competing, we were all like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Start second guessing what the hell did we get ourselves into?
We're about to do this.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. And then Chelsea Dotson goes up a little bit later and gets her nose broken.
Oh
and
my
I was
gosh.
like leaking. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, I know my grandma and grandpa came, and I was
that's
like,
awesome.
And I was like, I know my grandma's shitting bricks right now, bro. so then it's like just me back there, and I'm freaking jumping up and down. I'm fucking slapping myself. I'm screaming, trying to get myself hyped up. I'm slapping the shit out of myself, bro. And they're like, Destiny, you're on deck. And I was like, okay, let's go. And I'm still just like the entire way down the tunnel. I'm like, like just screaming, doing what I normally do.
Whatever you need to do.
Slapping myself. Usually my coaches are the ones that are kind of hitting me in my back, my legs and stuff. They're not there, so I'm just doing it to myself. I'm walking down the tunnel with Matt Eamon, and he doesn't say anything, but I know he's probably like, this bitch is crazy. Because I'm literally like slapping the shit out of myself.
Probably thinking you might want to slay that chin for the real slaps.
And then I walked right by my opponent's room, so I know she could hear me like,
oh wow,
fucking just, she's probably like, this bitch is
intimidation
crazy. I gotta
right
go
there.
with her right now. And I remember like being at the spot like right before we have to walk out, and they're like, okay, just wait till we tell you to go. So I'm just like jumping up and down, like trying to get myself going, and I turn around and she's right there, and she wouldn't even look at me or anything, you know. But I was still just like, trying to make it, you know, like let her know, like, oh, you coming out here to be with me, girl.
Mind games, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, crazy experience, but also I think that it was a good mental test. Honestly, yeah. I think that I leveled up mentally in that situation.
That is freaking awesome. Whether it's power slap, boxing, or MMA, making that walk down the aisle, to me, I think that's something a lot of people don't get to never experience.
Yeah.
But they don't understand, like, buddy, that like you said, that's when shit gets real now. And so I used to be in the Army, right? Many cheeseburgers ago. But I used to be in the Army. We do this thing called combatives training.
Okay.
So we work on jiu-jitsu, some boxing. At the end, what you do is you have to take on the instructor, but you can't hit them. They wear boxing gloves.
Okay.
You can wear a mouthpiece. You got to apply 3 grappling holds on them, but you can't hit them, and you can't take them down. The purpose of it is they want you to get hit in the face and see how you react under pressure. A lot of people don't know how to do it, and trust me, you've seen some people really fold when they get smacked one time. You know it from being in the fight game. So it's one of those things where kind of like walking down the aisle. Like, man, as a fan, you're like, man, I wonder what that feeling is like. And that's why I was asking, because of your background already, doing MMA, doing some boxing, when you walk down the power slap ramp, did that experience already help you to be prepared for that? Was it completely different? Like, hey, I'm walking down the aisle, but this is totally out of left field. Or was it like, no, I've been here before, different stage, but I've been here before?
Yes, no, I think that my experiences has definitely helps, but that feeling never gets easier. Like, that walk is always scary, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like because a lot of the people on the card that I was on were wrestlers, including my opponent, never been in real combat. So I was like, that's got to be scary as hell going out there for your first time into real combat under these lights, under these big lights. You know, you're not going out there to do something you performed. You're going out there to really get slapped. So like I was like, yeah, I've definitely felt I had the advantage there, and yeah, like it's still scary, but it was just because it had been a while since I've competed, honestly. So just having those feelings back was so amazing.
Get it all back in there.
It relit everything. You will be seeing me fight again.
That's all. It's like riding a bike. It's like now I do have to make a defense right here.
Yeah,
because I'm a wrestling fan.
No,
now I understand.
I'm actually
that
going
it's
to a show
performance.
tonight.
I understand it's a performance. But they get out there and get out there. No, when you said, real fight, I was like, hold up. I got to defend my wrestling. But no, you're totally right, though, because this one, you don't know how it's going to end.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, pro wrestling, I'm like, hey, buddy, you got 8 minutes out there. Do what you got to do. So-and-so wins by DQ. This one is like, but it could be the first one. We could go all 3 rounds. We'll see.
Yeah, and I will say, I love, like, when they gave me my opponent, I was so nervous the entire time. And so everybody, especially, like, you know, my teammates and stuff were like, dude, you're going to slap this girl up. And I'm like, bro, she's a wrestler. She's also, like, she's done ballet for 20 years. So I was like, this girl is an athlete.
Yeah.
Like, I know that being a wrestler takes being a very physical athlete.
Oh, very much so.
You know what I mean? So
any of this stuff.
I did not sleep on her at all. Like, you know what? I'm actually going to see her perform tonight. My
opponent.
That.
Look at that.
Yeah,
from opponents to now watching. See, that's what I love. And that's when I had the guys on before. That's what I loved about it, is that at the end of the day from combat sports, most of the time, once you guys do your battle, hey, it's mutual respect.
Yes.
Hey, it is what it is. Win, lose, or draw, respect. You made the walk just like I did. You performed like I did.
Exactly.
It's awesome to see that amongst you guys, despite beforehand, I want to rip your damn head off and slap you the next year.
Yeah.
Afterwards, nothing but respect. So that's awesome that you guys have that mentality with each other.
Yeah, she's competing tonight, so I'm going to go check her out. And then we actually started training together.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to be doing training power slap together like once a week.
There you go. Now, you guys might be the first tag team of power slap someday. That could be a new division or whatnot. 2 at a time.
Right.
2 at a time.
Oh my goodness, that would be crazy.
It would be crazy, especially with the knockouts. So what's interesting is I was actually at Circa the day you guys got on the bus.
For the day
for the day of, I was at Circa. So I'm down there just talking. I see the shadows, not really paying no mind to it. Talking. All of a sudden, you guys are coming down the escalator, and the guy next to me is just like, who's all these people?
No
I'm
way.
like, I think those are the slappers. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I think, and then I seen some that I recognized from posts. I'm like, no, these are the power slap people. What's interesting is, as you guys are walking by, you're chill, but you're in your zone. So on the outside, you don't really want to yell and throw you off, like, yo! But then, I was like, like trying to jump in, okay, good luck.
Good luck. Right.
So it's awesome to see all that. Do you like the fact that, yes, it is an event, but there is access for fans for Power Slap more so than what we see in boxing and MMA? I mean, you guys are right there coming through the crowd. You're not going to the side or back doors. Do you guys kind of like that to where it helps you relax at all at any? Or is it still, no, anxiety still through the roof whatsoever?
I think for some people, they'd probably say yes, because I think some people really do thrive off of the crowd. For me, though, I'm just locked in. I don't really see anybody when I come out. I'm just tunnel vision.
Got you. When you're up on the stage and you guys are getting ready to slap, what's going through your mind?
So I was the blue corner, so I came out first, and so I went up there, did my thing. I was just jumping around, staying moving, and then when they called her out, I turned around because, like I said, I'm a head case, so I just turned away. I don't want to get in my head, So I just turned away, looked at my corner, was talking to my corner, and he was just telling me, like, man, on the chin, put it on the chin, and then she came up. So then when she came up the stairs, me and her just locked eyes, like two fucking pit bulls.
Yeah.
We were just locked eyes. And that's why, I've never been in a fight or anything like that, but I got so much respect for her because she's still got the dog in her. You know what I mean? Like, at weigh-ins, they were asking me, like, what I thought about her and stuff, because, like, I've been in that situation again, a face-to-face thing.
Of course.
My intention was to break her, so I wanted to see if I could. Just waiting for that little look away. It could be the slightest look away.
That's
but
what's amazing when you
break them.
Yeah.
And so I did, and I said this in another interview. She didn't break. No, she held her ground. So I was like, okay, I'm going into this with, like, this is some, I got a real opponent. She's not a bum. And yeah, she walked up the stairs, and we just locked eyes and we're staring at each other, and yeah, we were just both like, it's about to go down, bitch.
Basically. Hold my beer real quick. Let's go.
Yeah.
So when you're up there, you're obviously thinking, okay, I'm a wham. You went on 3, right?
No, I did 2-1-2.
2-1-2. Okay. Is there a strategy? Is there a particular strategy on why you do that, or just what you felt comfortable with?
No, I mean, I like my 2 and I like my 1, and you don't really see that. You don't really see people changing their swings.
No, most of the time they stick with the same one.
Yeah, and I like my 1. So I knew I was gonna hurt her with the 2. Like I knew I would hurt her. So my plan was like, okay, if I don't knock her out with the first one, she's gonna be hurt. The second one is gonna come just on 1 quick, so she's not gonna really have time to brace herself. That was kind of my strategy.
Got you.
Yeah, and it did work. The second round was my best round.
Yeah. For people listening, just to remind you. So in power slap, you got to line up, and then they tell you get to wind up 1, 2, or 3 times. Whatever you call, she says 2. So you can do this 1, 2, bam, and then it's coming. So
1, 2. 2 is the wine. 2 is the slap.
That's why she does it, and I'm just sitting here talking and whatnot. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little nervous when she did the second one. I was just like, oh shit, she about to bang. Oh, there goes the nose. Okay, so if you say on 2, 1
and then slap.
Holy okay. For some reason I thought it was like you get 2 and then wow.
So that's why the 1 is hard to defend for, because it's just I'm going
right when I put my hand up. Bam.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can still measure. So they actually make you measure now. That's actually a rule now.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I guess, at first, but so now, which I like the measuring, so I'm not mad about that. But yeah, you measure and then you say right on 1 or whatever. So it'll go 1, whap, slap. Yeah. Go.
Again, we've all been told, I'll slap you the next week. Y'all really took this as a challenge. When you slap her the first time, she doesn't go down. Anything going through your mind like, oh shit, I messed up or whatever, or is it like, okay, let's see what you got?
No, I knew I was accurate, and I knew it stunned her. I knew it did. So I wasn't. I knew it was a good hit. All my shots were good. I'm not hyping myself up or or anything like that, because like I'll be the first to admit if I sucked. All my slaps were clean and hard and accurate and good, and so were my eats. So I knew I hurt her, and then I was honestly I was just so confident in my preparation. I was not worried to get hit by her. I worked really hard on my neck and jaw strength. I'm telling you, like if you watch when it comes up and you watch it, I barely my face barely moves because I was so strong in like my neck and my jaw.
So prepared for it. Yeah, that is insane. So when she's coming up now to do it, like you said, you're already prepared. You're so strong. You're ready for it. Is it just like you got nothing for me? Or is there a little worry? You're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Anything can happen.
Anything.
I understand how a knockout happens because of combat. There's you have your equilibrium,
yeah.
Your temple. You have a button in your jaw.
Oh man.
So I understand, but I was just confident.
But you just knew, like, hey, girl, unless you got pinpoint accuracy.
But anything can happen.
No, anything can happen, but you was confident, like, no, I could.
Yeah.
When you get hit the first time by her and you eat that, is there like a psychological, oh, hell, this is going to be a cakewalk. Yeah, she got nothing. Or is it like, oh, shit, buddy, oh, I'm glad I did those next exercises?
Honestly, so her first shot was her hardest shot. Yeah, that one, it didn't rock me, but, like, have you ever been hit, like, upside your head by your mom or something?
Long time ago,
yeah.
And I got a dent right here because of it, yeah.
You know, like that sound, like you hear it rattle, but you're not rocked. But like, I don't know. That's what it was like.
Gotcha.
And she kind of pushed me a little bit, you know. But I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I ate that shit. We're good. So
gotcha.
Yeah, we're good. But I won't. So it's funny because like, after my first one, I could hear her people in the audience was like, "You took the best she got," you know, and I was like, and I heard that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we gonna fucking see."
Mm-hmm. Oh, just wait.
Yeah. So my second one was way better. My third one was really good too. I really thought the third one threw her off the most.
Yeah.
I thought she was going. So she's a tough girl, man.
Hey, you know, it be like that sometimes.
She a dog.
It be like that. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield.
Yeah.
So you get up there, you're pumped up, you got what I know you're on a prelim, so it's not a full house yet, but the fans who are there, the energy's live. How long does it take you to come down from that high when you're done?
Oh man.
Like are you up all night just on a high? Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was fucking live all night.
Are you okay, so when you're doing that, and obviously even from your MMA days, do you have a routine on things you like to do just to kill that high? Is it just you walking around the room in circles? Are you going up and down the street just to be around people? You going to a club? What are you doing?
I just like to, I like to go eat. I like to go get, after, like, get with my people, let's go get a drink. So right after, we all went to a little bar out Fat and Blue. We all went and got a drink, a little shot, celebration.
Of course.
Then we went and ate.
Nice.
I got me some burgers and stuff like that. And then just vibed all night,
nice.
with my people.
Of course.
We actually did end up going to the Zouk, or was it? No. Live, because that's where they had the after party.
Okay.
And then we also went to like the high limit room where everybody was at too. So that was cool. Got to network. So just the vibes were great all night. But I will tell you, so that was Friday. Saturday I went to the UFC fights. Sunday I celebrated again with family, but by Monday that's when I felt the dump. I felt that adrenaline that I held all weekend dumped. I was down easily on Monday.
So when it comes down, does your face start screaming? It's like, what the hell was going on, or is it just, my body in general is just gone right now? My legs are like linguini.
My face kind of swelled up, not too bad, but it's crazy because I iced it right away as well, but it messes with almost like it's the nerves or something in your cheek. My smile was a bit off for a couple days. I was looking like I had a stroke. I was like, hey guys.
Doing the Stallone smile or whatnot. Hey yo.
I was looking like I had that's the best way I could put it. It's like I felt like I had a stroke.
You got a coffee shop? No, I'm okay. I got slapped.
Water's coming out the side.
You're like, oh Lord Jesus, where's a helper? No, I'm fine. I don't have a helper.
Right.
Obviously, you've done weigh-ins and cutting for weights before for fights. What's your go-to meal after you're done? You made weight, you fought, you slapped, whatever. What's your go-to? I know you said you had burgers for Power Slap, but what's your go-to meal? Do you have one?
Yeah, I usually prefer pasta.
Okay.
This time I actually ended up doing Asian food, which I don't mind Asian food either, because it's like rice and obviously meat and fish too. The sodium is good for you after cutting weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I usually prefer pasta. But I ended up doing Asian because I ran into Richard Wilkes, who was a big host for Circa, and as we were it was so funny. We were we don't know what we want to do for dinner, me and my girl Leah, and then ran into him, and then he was like, "Are you hungry? Come in and eat." And he just sat us down and literally was tabs on me at 8 East at the Circa, which is a really good place.
Yeah.
Go and check them out. But yeah, and so he said tabs on him. I was like, okay, shit. I was like, we getting the lobster, we getting the wagyu.
I'm getting the stuff I can't pronounce correctly. Yeah, that one right there. That one right there.
And he was like, just so you know, Bullet Valentina Shevchenko eats here with me before all of her fights, and he was like, so could be good luck. And then he was like, I'm just excited to give you your pre-fight meal, and sure enough, I won. So
there you go. See, he's trying to network that right there. Hey,
I'm
ladies,
are you tied in with this restaurant or what?
all the ladies, you want to win?
Yeah.
Come on down to my restaurant first.
Right.
Be like the champ. Be like the rest.
It really was amazing. If you are in Vegas, check out 8 East at Circa. Really good food.
And if you want to calm, just go up on stage and get your ass slapped a couple times, and you'll be good.
You got to put in the extra work.
You do got to put in the extra work. You do got to put into that. So, is this a thing that you want to keep doing with the Power Slap?
It is.
It is?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, it is. It is. I loved it. I had fun. And I think that it's going to keep growing.
Yeah, so, absolutely. I mean, look, it's in New Orleans now for 14. Comes back here in October. Sounds like it's enough time for you to get ready and get on up there.
Yeah. And like I said, I called... so you've obviously were paying attention to everything. Remember Hollywood?
Yes.
The girl with the dreads,
yes.
blonde dreads. Yeah. So she obviously had a really good performance. She dropped the girl. The girl wasn't very good though. I will say that. I'm telling you right now, she ain't doing that to me.
No.
No,
not at all.
No.
See, and that's what I love about athletes. Is that you guys can be very humble, much respect, but then you look, that ain't happening to me, dog. That ain't happening to me. It's like that. Hey, hold on. I'll be polite, but I'm standing on business at the same time. I'm trying to get. So, is that a matchup you would like to have?
Yeah, I called her out, and I'm hoping they put us on in October. And me and Hollywood, we messaged each other a bit. She's like, yeah, I heard you call me out. And I was like, because no, she actually posted something, and I was like, hey, girl, you look good. Let's run it. And then we messaged each other, and we exchanged some words, and we're both about it. We both want to, let's get up there and do it.
Why not?
Let's get our money.
There you go.
Yeah.
Put on a show for the fans.
Exactly.
Now, speaking about putting a show for the fans, on the main event on Franchise Sports Media, we had a couple slappers on the week of.
Oh.
Got a lot of coverage. Did really good. They had a great fight. So it sounds like you guys should be coming back here to promote the fight.
Shit, let's go.
On the main event on Franchise Sports Media.
Okay, she lives. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. We're good. Please just don't hit me with the slap hand. That's all. That's all. I need my hands to drive.
She lives in Texas, but I mean, she's cool as hell, and I know she's always on the road traveling. She competes. She does pro wrestling, obviously, so she's always competing.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So, and obviously as it gets closer, if you guys are on the card, I know people are going to be in town, so we're trying to see what's up with that.
I think that would be a fun episode.
Oh, it's very much.
She's crazy.
And here's the fun part. I know that you guys are slapping each other there, because the last time I didn't know they were slapping. I was like, what's going on here? I thought I had to play referee between, because these are two big guys right here.
That is funny.
Oh, it is hilarious. It's on our social media, the Franchise Sports Media. I'm on there just
You're like, what is this tension?
What's going on? What's happening? These guys. But it was a lot of fun. I talked to both of them afterwards. They both got respect for each other, had a beer after. And that's what I love about combat. Well, sports in general. Yeah. But combat sports especially, considering how much goes into, hey, man, I'm sacrificing my body, my health. I'm going out here being away from people. Like you said, I'm out here by myself. I don't got my corner with me naturally. I'm in my own head right now. X, Y, and Z. Then I go out there, perform. Nothing but respect for people after that. So you do it in the corner.
Yes.
Kind of like this, but you're doing great things with that as well.
Talk
about what made you decide, hey, I want to get on the microphone and have some things to say.
You know, it's funny. So when I got presented the opportunity to do the ring announcing back in February, the streaming the people that were streaming that, which is millions.co, had reached out to me and was like, hey, somebody wants to do an interview with you. You know, you're a female ring announcer, da-da-da. And I was like, okay, sure. So I did the interview. And then after doing the interview with somebody else on Millions, Timmy B from Fight Podcast. Anyway, they reached out and was like, hey, like you did really good. We love your presence. Would you be interested in maybe interviewing some fighters? And I was like, actually, yeah, sure. That sounds cool. So Millions.co is really cool because they provide the entire platform. You know, it's a virtual. And so, yeah, I started talking to fighters and just, you know, doing the research and, like, getting my whole, like, script together. I wouldn't say script, but, like, bullet points, topic points.
Of course,
you know, like, just like this, we're just chopping it up.
That's it.
Yeah. I was starting to love it and enjoy it. And then I was getting good and getting a lot of good feedback. And then a good friend of mine who I actually met years ago on a podcast, Chef Garza. He's an amazing personal chef in Vegas if you ever need somebody.
Nice.
Yeah. But he was like, you should start a YouTube channel. And I was like, I never even thought about that. He's like, no, dude, you should really start a YouTube channel. And literally that night, my mind just like went, and by the end of the night, I had the name. Like,
nice.
Yeah, and did it. And then it was so funny. So I met Michael Michelle Brown at the Slap Combine that I did.
Yeah, nice.
And then me and her became, you know, homegirls, stuff like that. And then I was like, I'd love for you to be the first person on my podcast.
There you go.
And she was like, okay. And so before this, I had just intentionally planned on like doing it in a gym, you know, or like at her house, whatever. And like that's what some of mine are in. Like I'm not fancy yet. It's not nice. It's eventually gonna have it built up. Like you know, but it's getting there. But anyway, so a guy that she knows who runs Gorilla Studios. He also does podcasts. It's like a place you can rent out and stuff. He knew her and was like, hey, since you know her, like that's my homegirl, I'll let you guys have the studio for free if you want. And I was like, shit, okay. So me and her had our first session, that was my first episode. It absolutely killed it. It was an amazing episode. Michael Michelle Brown is just an amazing soul.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I love her, and we got really deep. We both cried. Like it was, you know, it was great. And then Quan, the guy that runs the studio,
we got to set the game up here.
Right,
Made the minutes. What you saying?
That runs the studio was like, hey, you're really good. You're really talented. I would like to offer you, you know, some help and stuff. Like, you know, so I rent his studio from him now.
Nice.
And I've had 2 there now. I'm sorry, 3. I had Forrest Griffin on.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Mr. Forrest Griffin.
Mr. Forrest Griffin. So
That's
make sure you
freaking
guys
awesome.
check out the episode on In the Corner with Destiny McCubbin.
I did see it on your social media, and I was just like, she got Forrest Griffin on. I was like, oh. So I definitely got to watch that interview when I saw the clip.
It's a great episode.
It sounded like you guys really opened up with one another and had like a real conversation.
We did.
Kind of like and that's why I said in here, like you. I got a couple questions I definitely want to ask, but I want it to also just be a free-flowing conversation. So when I saw that, I said, oh, yeah, after I interview her, I got to watch this interview right here because that's Forrest Griffin.
Yeah, you should. It's a really good one. He goes into such great insight on the entire, you know, the fight game and the involvement and everything. So it's a really good one. So I had him. I had Jeff Meyer from Tough Enough. And I'm actually excited because Monday I'm back in the studio and I'm going to have John Wood, Marab Davashvili's head coach and the owner of Syndicate MMA. And John Wood is actually the Georgian MMA Coach of the Year. So
no kidding.
Yeah, this is going to be a really great episode. I don't know if you know anything about John Wood, but he, you know, fought himself, had an amazing career himself, and has built this empire, you know, Syndicate MMA, to where now he's got, you know, world champions and
very much so,
and like a roster of UFC fighters.
Khalil
on the
Roundtree's from there. I know when he was there, Frank Mir was there for a little bit. Roy Nelson was there for a little bit. He's definitely got a whole list of killers. Now I named some older fighters, but trust me, he's got a plethora of young fighters as well. So
Cody Steele, Vince Morales,
very much. Yeah, I apologize, but when you said John Wood, I don't know if you're familiar with him. I was just like, yeah, I'm familiar. But the first thing that came to mind was James Wood, the actor. So in my mind, I was thinking, yeah, I seen the specialist. I seen this. I seen it. What are you talking about, Jay?
Yeah.
Oh, no. She said John Wood. That's right. So, yeah. But no, he has built up something pretty special out here. In the fight capital of the world. For him to do that, it is pretty amazing.
From the ground up.
From the ground
really
up.
is. So I'm really excited to have for this episode. I think we're going to dive into some really great things.
Absolutely. And what's awesome I find about things like that is, yes, I love doing this as well, but to have someone who's actually walked down the aisle, stepped in the cage, stepped in the ring, stepped on the power slap stage, you have a different mindset from it than someone like me. I can only talk as a fan.
Yeah.
Right? No matter how much I think I'm an expert. Right? But you no, I've been in those training camps. I know what it's like in week 3 when you twist your ankle, but you can't pull out the fight, so you got to adjust to that. I know what it's like when you're like, bro, it's been 5 weeks. I ain't had chocolate. I'm starving my butt off. But it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're like, I got to go to sleep, but I want chocolate.
But I can't.
Exactly. Right? I know, you know what it's like, the day of cut weight, take a cap full of water, just
suck on an ice cube.
that's it. So I think that's so interesting. I think that's why when you have these fighters or coaches on, you guys can have a similar yet different conversation because you've both been there. Kind of like when I talk to other veterans.
Yes,
we can open up right away because we've been through the same mud, spilled blood. So it's that connection.
And something like that is also something you can't really explain unless you've done it.
No.
You can explain it, but they're not going to. You can't really make someone understand it, like with the depth of what you're trying to say.
Exactly.
It's one of those.
It is one of those.
It's one of those. If you know, you know.
Exactly. And like for a lot of us, especially for me, I don't like to talk about it with people who haven't done it. Not in a bad way, but it's like just something I just won't tell. Just like, hey, man, look, I wasn't Rambo. Okay, I wasn't Rambo when I was in. I wasn't Chuck Norris, but I did my time. But I just tell everybody, I didn't do much or whatever.
Thank you for your service.
Look, it's my pleasure. Look, they told me I could blow something up and they'll pay me. Okay, I was like, yep, I'll do it. I'll do it. I saw enough 80s and 90s action movies to know that looks cool. I will say this, for anyone out there thinking about joining, don't reenact the movie scene during explosives training. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. They don't care about dramatic effect of 3 seconds left on the clock and you're yelling, get to the chopper. No, you would do a lot of push-ups and a lot of running if you do that.
Oh, man.
We laugh about it now, but in the moment, I did not find it funny. But well worth it, though. Well worth it. So when you do that and you get to meet these fighters, obviously it's not like you were like this world champion, 50 and all this and that, but do you get starstruck by anybody? I mean, you had Forrest Griffin that you was talking to, sitting across from somebody who we've all grown up and watched. Do you feel like, damn, I'm talking to so-and-so? Or is it almost like, it's just Forrest, man. Me and him just had a burger outside laughing about X, Y, and Z.
No. There's not many people that will starstruck me, but Forrest is one of them. I'd actually met Forrest a ton of times before, because I seen him in the gym, and then I got brought up that I was doing power slap, and he was like, "Oh, you're doing power slap?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "What's up? What's up, Forrest? I'm Destiny McCubbin." And he was all, "Destiny, I've met you like 30 times." And I'm like, "Oh my God, you remember?"
Well, but sometimes you might think that though. It's like, man, you meet so many people, but for them to, I remember you, so that's awesome.
So I would actually consider Forrest my homeboy. I think he feels the same way.
Nice.
We're on a texting basis.
Okay.
It's so funny. So, but anyway, so yeah. But leading up to the preparation for the Forrest Griffin episode, and then the day of, I was so nervous.
Yes.
Sick.
Yes.
Yeah, so nervous. But it ended up being so easy and cool. And then we talked about power slap. And then when I got offered to do power slap, I was like, because I was telling him I wanted to. And then I got offered. I was like, Forrest, they offered me the contract. And he's like, let's go.
Yeah.
And then when I won, I texted him and I was like, Forrest, I won. And he was like, of course you did. And I was like, ah.
No, that is freaking awesome. And stuff like that is amazing too, when you could have someone you could share those moments with and just, hey man, like you said, I didn't have my corner with me, so it's like, hey, I freaking won. Like, of course I believe in you. You got it. If you don't mind me asking this, just out of curiosity, I don't need to know the amount. When you guys get paid as fighters, check, direct deposit, cash, how does that happen?
They cut me a check after power slap right as I walked out. Yeah, they had a check ready.
Gotcha. And I only ask that just because, when Dana does his bonuses, he sometimes will give guys like cash. So I was like, damn, do they do that after a fight?
I know with UFC, just because I have so many friends, I know it usually direct deposit for UFC.
On the contract, they're probably, we need that information.
And it goes into your bank, I think, within like the next day. They usually wake up with it.
Okay, yeah, I was just
From
curious.
Friends of mine, anyway.
Yeah, of course. I was just curious if they're just, here's your suitcase, here's your bag.
Cool.
That would be kind of
cool.
Although it would kind of say, hey, if those 7 people got briefcases, Ocean's 11 time? No, not at all, because they're going to slap the shit out of you. Yeah,
even last night or Friday night, they had the Amanda Serrano card. All those women, they were paying money. Those girls got paid millions, bro.
I got to tell you, in watching it, take the fights out of it for a minute. Just the presentation of it. That looked amazing.
They killed it.
That looked amazing.
Gotta give respect and shout out to Jake Paul. He, MVP, Most Valued Promotions. They really did a great job.
And I remember watching with somebody, and they was like, "Oh, so he promotes that?" I was like, "Look, say what you want about him or whatever." He looks out for his fight, especially his females. He puts them on the show.
Yeah.
He makes sure that, hey, you are big on the poster. Your name is there. So it was awesome to see the music that was there, the lighting of it.
Beautiful.
It was awesome to see.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And, I was just like everybody else at one point, like, oh, Jake Paul this, Jake Paul that. But I will say, like, now Jake Paul is a fighter to me.
Yeah.
He's a boxer. Even in the fights that, like, he was going against, the older guys or whatever, you could see that he was good. He knows how to punch. He knows how to move.
Yeah.
But then you see him, he trains hard. He puts in the
No,
work.
he really does.
He moved to Puerto Rico to train out there with the Puerto Ricans in Mano Serrano.
And they're kind of known for having some good fighters.
Yeah, exactly. And then I don't know if you've ever heard of the Mi Gallo podcast. It's Gabe Rosado's podcast.
Yeah.
So I started listening to that, and like he talks about going out to Puerto Rico to train with and spar with Jake Paul, and he's like, he is this next fight is a real boxer. This is a real fight, and he won.
Yeah.
So now it's at the point you got to put some respect on his name.
You really do. And I think, like how you said with Power Slap, you think it's a joke at first, like, oh man, what is this nonsense going on? Then you watch and you're like, oh shit, this is actually pretty good. And like you said, the bad part for him is we know who he is beforehand.
Right.
If he was just a regular fighter, X, Y, Z, we wouldn't really care about it because, like, you got to come up. It's like I always tell people, who is Mike Tyson's first 10 opponents? Who's Roy Jones' first 10? Who's Floyd's first 10?
Right.
You don't really know.
Right.
They're just, but because we know Jake Paul has a big following, gets center stage. But you're right. He's putting in the time, looks decent, better and better each fight. I look forward to seeing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Kind of like with Power Slap. At first, you're like, what is this nonsense I'm looking at on social media?
I know,
and you're
right?
seeing it, you're just like, oh my gosh. Then we went to one. We went to 12.
Nice. Okay.
We got hooked.
Yeah.
We got hooked right away.
So many people that I talk to that go say that.
The energy, the
Yeah.
vibration, and then seeing you guys on the stage.
To one. I would like to actually go.
But you know what? And look, if you're not on the card in October, perfect time to go in there and experience. Because I got to tell you, it is in that small environment. I know they want bigger arenas and stadiums, but in that small environment, that energy is so vibrant. And then with you guys coming right there, even though we're in the back, you're so close.
Yeah.
And you're standing up, and it's like, hold
And it's a good, you're up, it's up. So, if rather the cage or whatever is, kind of low.
Yeah, and then, you got tall people or people standing up blocking you. It's like, no, you guys are tall enough. And then what I think adds to it, you can hear the smack, but then also the powder.
The powder.
That comes off.
Is the powder?
Yeah, when it comes off.
Oh, it's so cool. That was so cool. That even being, I was like, oh, shit, that's cool.
Yeah, oh, man. I forget the gentleman's name, but he got slapped. He went down. On social media, someone posted, beforehand, when he gets slapped with the powder, and then when he goes down, his side is blank, and you just see the puff of powder.
That's so
right there. I was like, yo!
It's different.
It really is.
This shit is different, but it's cool, man.
It's so cool, and it's a lot of fun. And what I love is that you guys blow up in a different way, because it's on YouTube. It's your social media posts that blow up so fast.
Oh yeah, it's you can gain a lot of exposure.
Very much so. Look at Stuntman.
Yeah.
Over 1 million views or 100 million views within a day.
Exactly.
So he was supposed to be on the podcast, but miscommunication happens. It happens.
Gosh,
right? But no, we did talk, and he didn't say, "Man, I'm so sorry." Just as you got so much going on, so many people. So totally get it. Stuntman got to come back.
He's good people.
No,
I really like him.
From my interactions, just trying to reach out to you guys. You guys all seem like decent people whatsoever. You just like combat. You want to test yourself.
We're all crazy.
We're all crazy.
Just a little couple screws.
That's all it is. That's all.
It ain't for everybody, but if it's for you, it's for you.
I'll tell you, I would never do it now. But had kept me coming fresh out the military, not knowing what to do, I probably wouldn't have gone as far as you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No.
Your weight, bigger guys is scary because there's so much knockout power there, you know?
Oh, trust me.
That's why I cut my weight. I was like, I'll suffer for a couple weeks and cut weight to 25 because I ain't trying to get hit by no big bitch.
I would cut weight as soon as I saw someone. I'm like, you? So, Hitman? No, I'm going down. I'm going down. Where's the small weight class?
Yeah, exactly. I feel confident. At 25, not a lot of people are gonna knock me out. You know what I mean? And
right on.
So I feel confident there. I feel more safe there. That's just. I'd rather be disciplined for a couple weeks to do it, and especially with the money they're paying us, why not? Why not be disciplined? They deserve that too. They deserve us to be the best of our best selves.
And with you you're in the corner. You're clearly out there, and with social media, it's easy to say, hey, if I could put together some wins, possibly some knockouts, it can blow up. And like you said, for this year, the connections that you can make from that, because people are like, oh yeah, that's right, that's Destiny. Oh no, that's Destiny right there.
Yeah.
So from you being a ring announcer to you slapping people to you interviewing people, you're doing a full circle right there.
That was really like a big thing, you know. I wanted to just get more eyes on me and, you know, hopefully grow, especially my YouTube channel. So yeah, I think by the end of the year it's going to it's so crazy. Like, I've done all this stuff, and it only started in February. I'm like, bro, we're barely in July.
Yes.
And my life has just bloomed in just a couple of months, you know?
When good things happen to good people, it's amazing to see. And it's a snowball effect. Once it gets going, it rolls. Now, sometimes, like how you said, how slapping isn't for everybody. That shift and how quickly it happens, that can catch some people and they could get left behind if they don't know how to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
So the fact that you've been able to say, hey, I'm keeping my feet underneath me, one foot in front of the other, and rolling with it and continue to climb, that speaks to your character, what's inside here, and how good of a person you really are, despite everything else you've been through and whatever in life. It is what it is. We all go through shit.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're dealing with it and handling it just shows, hey, this is somebody on the rise, got to pay attention to.
I really am. Don't sleep on me.
The only time she wants you to sleep is when she slapped your ass, so she get that bonus. Destiny,
Exactly.
this has been amazing. I don't mean to cut it short or whatever, but I don't want to keep you here for 4 hours or anything like that.
We could chop it up.
We could chop it up.
I could tell.
No, very much so. But that just means we got to do this again.
I'm down.
It just
You let
means
me
we got to
know.
do this again.
Yeah.
Let people know where they can find you at online.
You guys, Destiny McCubbin on Instagram, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, In the Corner with Destiny McCubbin, on YouTube. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
There you have it, folks. Destiny McCubbin right here on the main event on Franchise Sports Media. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, fight fans. Peace.